As far as TikTok, them banning it, I mean, I think they just want control. You feel me? Like, you're worried about our data, but Facebook just sold our DMs to Netflix. So you're not really worried about our data. You just worried that they can't control our data. You know, you can't control our data. That's why you're mad. But I don't know. I mean, they're saying China is trying to do attacks, and they can access our phones through TikTok and stuff like that. So
everything, like, all that's already happening. So, like, why blame TikTok?
Right, that's what I'm saying. And they're like, we'll only ban it if you sell it. All right, so you want them to sell it to somewhere that you can control.
Yeah.
So that's all it is.
The world is full of talent, but it's hard to be seen by the billions of people in the world. Your network is your network. It's all about who you know. Tap in with Plugged and Connected for the who's who and the what's new.
All right, hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Plugged and Connected podcast. It's your host, really Kris, and I'm here with
Brawley.
And we about to get into it. Okay?
Let's do it.
All right, so Brawley, can you tell the audience how me and you are connected?
Yeah, actually, so one of my assistants, she reached out to me. I guess she saw your show and was like, hey, I think you should be on this podcast. She's been kind of plugging me in with different podcasts. I just did one last week, and so I guess she made it happen. She connected me with you, and so we're here.
Cool. It has been all like Florida-based podcasts?
Yeah, so for the most part, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you haven't seen it? You haven't seen me yet? You didn't see the show?
I just saw literally like this morning last night.
It's okay. I'm not mad. I was just curious though, because she did hit me up, so I wasn't sure if you both seen or if it was just her. But that's cool though. So how do you feel? Like, you like the podcast type of?
Yeah. No, I mean, initially when she told me the name, I was like, well, it's already something that, you know, it's very, you sold me on the name. All right, that's cool. I'm willing to talk about that or whatever it is that. I'm an open book, so it don't matter what you talk about. Yeah, you can talk about anything. Okay.
So you said you kind of checked it out this morning a little bit. Did you notice if we had anyone like in common that you knew, like off the top of your head, or not really?
Well, when I had followed you this morning, I saw we had a ton of followers that were mutual. And then, I mean, even coming in today, your cameraman knows me. I know him too. Like, we follow each other. It's just a small world in this industry. So I'm sure if I literally like dig deep, I'm sure I'm finding some more, mutual connections.
Definitely cool. Yeah. So you're the first guest that I've had on that I have not met yet. So, cool. You got a little pass.
All right.
But the whole point of kind of what I have going on is definitely connection. So, when she reached out to me, I heard of your platform, Ignite the Culture.
Yeah.
I had thought I had went to the game, but I wasn't able to go. But I definitely had seen it around.
Gotcha.
So it was definitely something familiar.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was definitely willing to, have you on. So can you tell us more about, like, what is Ignite the Culture?
Yeah, we're going on 4 years strong now with our movement. And initially, it was something that I started to kind of, I would say in a sense, combat the drill music. That's what inspired me, was the drill music. Because during that time, like early 2020, drill music was becoming like mainstream, and it was becoming very popular. And when you think about what drill music is you have these gang members, young black teens, insulting other kids that they killed in the game, and you're calling them out by name, and you're insulting them, and you're singing in the songs, and the radio stations are playing it, they're performing it, and thousands of people are like chanting the names of the young dead kids. And the DJs are playing it and all of that. And I just thought, like, man, this is kind of demonic. Like, when you think about it, we're over here chanting the names of the dead, and we're making fun of them, and we're doing all this crazy stuff, and people are singing these songs and don't even know what they're doing.
It's crazy. I don't want you to lose your thought, and I hope y'all don't cancel me. I just recently, within like probably the last year or two, I don't even remember. I think one of my sisters told me, when they say like smoking tuka, that's a person.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought we was just smoking some gas.
Right.
I was like,
and that's how popular it got.
That's crazy.
And I remember my kid at that time was like 6 or 7, and he's like, he never heard it from me, but he heard somebody singing it, and he's like, "Who I smoke a little bit," and I was like, "Oh, nah, like something gotta give." So I was like, let me figure out a way to to do something about it, because I'm not one to just complain about things online. Like, if you just complain and don't do anything, just hush up.
Yeah.
So let me at least try to do something. So when I did the first one, the idea was to bring all these artists together, the drill rappers, all these people, and not to tell them what to do, just to remind them of their power, remind them of their influence, remind them, hey, people are watching, as kids are watching, and to educate educate them as well too. So that's how we basically started. And I brought NLE, my first one, because he was on his enlightenment journey during that time. Remember, he was on that walk from light to dark.
That was 2020?
2021.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was on that. Yeah, he was on that journey. So I thought it was perfect to bring him in, and now I evolved to this. So we still doing our game. The game is something to entertain people and bring people together. And right before the game, we do a panel. So the panel is to educate. So we get to educate, the community, and then we entertain them with a game after. So that's how it started, and that's what it evolved to at this point.
And you did bring up Joe. Where are you from?
I'm originally from New York, from the Bronx, but I've been in Florida for a hot minute. I moved down here to Miami like about 15 years ago now. I'm a Floridian. I'm a Miamian at this point.
Florida boy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And so, like, when you started it, so the intent was to be informative. Was the idea of the basketball game like first? Like, what was kind of like the process? Yeah,
it was I wanted to bring people together. And how can I get a bunch of people together? If I just do a seminar or a panel, is that really going to bring a crowd? It'll bring a crowd, but is it going to bring the crowd that needs to hear the message?
Okay, true. True.
So that's why, like, all right, well, the game is something that I'll do. And I've been using athletes and influencers to spread my message for more than 10 years now, because I have a foundation, nonprofit organization called Above 500, and that's how we started. We started using athletes to spread our message, and we'll do pep rallies at schools, and I'll bring like some of the Dolphin players, some baseball guys, to kind of just as the eye candy there to give that attractiveness to the kids, because we're in middle schools and stuff. The kids look up to all these athletes, and then while they're there, telling their story of perseverance, things that they went through, we get to also bring other speakers to kind of educate them and inspire them and just tell them the truth, a different perspective,
So choosing like celebrities, rappers and stuff, was that solely to attract the younger audience, or is that kind of who you had access to and you knew that would kind of like draw the attention anyways?
It's to attract like the audience. This is like, most people have 6 degrees of separation between individuals. I think I'm like, meaning like you have to reach about 6 people before you get to somebody you want to get to. So you can reach anybody in the world within 6 people.
Okay.
Like one person that knows somebody else, and it'll get to the person you want. I think mine is like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 2 degrees of separation that I can reach out to whoever. So, sometimes the schedule won't permit. They're doing things, or sometimes I can't afford them right now because they're pricey. But I mean, I feel like I can reach out to anybody. When I do these, I bring the ones that are influential and who's closer and who's willing to come out. And a lot of times, a special shout out to all these artists. They do it off the strength, and plenty of times they'll fly in themselves off their own. I know somebody like Terrell Owens, great dude who literally would fly from Cali just to come in and participate and be part of it, so, and he's doing it off their own strength. And there's a lot of others that do that. And some, almost all artists donate to play, which speaks a lot about their character. Like, because now they're willing to donate just to participate in an event that's, here to empower the community and educate. So,
okay. So you say you started like 10 years ago. Do you feel like there's a difference in the interaction that artists have, like, with the community compared to 10 years ago? Is it like better, worse, same?
I think it's the same. Yeah, I think at the end they're all human, and a lot of them come from nothing. So when you already come from those areas, and this is not just artists, this is athletes, in their heart, I know that they have that spirit of giving back and doing something, for where they came from and at their school or their neighborhoods, because it's a great feeling when you're able to go back and give. So a lot of these artists, even the most hardest, gangster rappers, like, they have it in them to go back and give back to the community. They've done it, they do it, and it's just one of the platforms they use to do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I feel like people like have this misconception, like just because that's what they rap, like they're entertainers at the end of the day.
Yeah,
they're regular people. You feel me? They have families, friends, and stuff that they care about. All right, so like you don't. So with the panel, who were the type of people on the panel?
So last year we centered it around mental health and the school system. Mm-hmm. So we had 19 Keys on the panel. We had Billy Carson on the panel. We had a therapist, Dr. Jeff. We had somebody from homeschooling, Black home educators. We had an attorney on there early, and then we had one of the superintendents for the Broward County School District.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we had them sit on the panel, and we kind of talked about mental health. We talked about the school system. How does the school affect mental health? And, it was great. It was very informative. I got a lot of great feedback on that. This year, we're doing the mental health and music. So we're going to talk about how music affects your mental health.
Yeah.
Music has the power to heal, but also has the power to do damage.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have this misconception that it's just entertainment. Well, this summer, we're going to show the studies, and we're going to show you how it's more than entertainment and how it really affects your mental health and your character and your mind and all of that. Your spirit. Yeah.
Okay. What is some like feedback you've gotten from like these panels? Like, what's a memorable like moment you got out of that?
Man, I got a lot of great feedback. I had people tell me like, man, I needed to hear this, and I want to homeschool my kids now. And
are your kids homeschooled?
No, not they. So my son, I have one.
Okay.
He was homeschooled early, and then I kind of got into like a little custody battle. So the kind of like the courts took over, and they kind of made me put him in school. But this is his last year in school, and now me and his mom, we're on great terms now. And now we're homeschooling him after this year, so he's back to being homeschooled. Yeah.
What grade is he in?
He's finishing 4th, so he's about to go to 5th grade. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then wait, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. You could continue though about like some of the reactions you got out of that though. From other kids.
That was for the most part. It was people telling me like, "Man, this was really good. I'm glad I heard it." Mm-hmm. And even online, people were like, "Yeah, I really like this. I really like what was said," because we dug deep into it. And Billy Carson from Forbidden Knowledge, he was talking about like even school lunch and the candy and how that affects your energy and your mental health and all that. And it was very informative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So what are some of your like concerns? So you're a single dad with your son. So what are some things that? So what are some of your takes? Because you said there's a panel. What is some advice that you can give like about mental health for kids? Like right now. For
kids, it's not really for kids because they're so young that they're just doing what everyone else is doing. They're doing what the parents are teaching them. It's more for the parents, and I would say, to monitor the screen time, to just take more control of it. And I know that sometimes it's the easiest way out is just to let them be on the phone or the tablet, and you could do whatever you need to do. But I think that we need to take that extra step because TikTok and Instagram and YouTube is raising our kids now. And there's a lot of things that I noticed with my son that, he didn't learn it from me and he didn't learn it from his mom. And the only place he would have learned it from is either school or online, the internet, So I would say, be more involved when it comes to that screen time and just take control of that situation.
Yeah, I don't have kids, so I can't say much, but I have a little brother who is 7 years old, and but I don't live with him. He lives out of state with my mom. So I see him every once in a while, and it was nothing major, but I had spent the day with them in Orlando last weekend. And he did what's the dance? It's called like the gritty.
Oh yeah.
So he's doing that. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I told him to dap me up. He didn't know what that was. I was like, what? Like what? So he lives in North Carolina right now. He was born here in Florida. Me and my family born in Florida. But I had to teach him. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to like dap somebody up. You feel me? But I know you probably learned this gritty whatever off just being on your phone. You feel me?
Definitely.
It's like crazy. So I try, like, I'm not around often, but anytime I'm with him, I try to like, we're here. We're not in the phone. We're not on the computer.
Limited. Give him like an hour or two max a day, and then let him be outside, let him play, let him get active,
He loved me, but he hate me because I act like his second mom. Like, I do not play. Like, after that Orlando trip, he was about to fight me for that tablet. I was like, are you serious?
See,
and I'm not going to let it slide. They're going to let it slide, but I'm not. And you're going to remember this day that I didn't let it slide. It's not going to happen.
It becomes their everyday life, part of their everyday life as a kid, especially when they're that young. And I remember, like, when my kid was very small, I think he was like 2 or 3 and still in the car seat, even up to maybe 4. And he'll have his tablet. And I was like, all right, we're going to go on a ride, but I'm not going to give him the tablet. And this little boy was so funny. He was so cute. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't have nothing in my hands.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my God, he thinks this is part of life where you're supposed to have a tablet or a phone. And then we can't be too mad because then he sees us and we're doing it.
Yeah.
But we didn't grow up like that. Mm-hmm. So now.
Yeah, it's hard to do that balance. Because even with me, like, I'm not big, like. The more I've been on social media now is for, like, business purposes.
For me, yeah.
Like, because before I started, like, my own business or anything, I would barely post, not even a story, nothing. Snapchat started dying down, everything. Like, I really don't do much, but until I started wanting to have, like, business stuff for myself and using that. But it drives me crazy. I'm like, I've been on my phone all day, sending messages, checking this, talking to somebody.
Yep.
And I want to put my phone down sometimes. So, you did mention that the mental health side of things kind of is geared more towards the adults. Mm-hmm. So you have a panel and then you do the basketball game.
Yeah.
How do you know, like, what are they getting out of the basketball game? Because I know a lot of people see a flyer, they see a celebrity, it's free, or I just got to donate, and they want to go. Right. But, like, how do you know they actually, like, got something out of that?
Well, you never really know at any point, mm-hmm. But the basketball is just for that, just to bring them there. When you bring them there, now you're listening to what we're doing. You're listening to the panel. You're listening to whatever halftime entertainment mm-hmm. or show or speech that we have. So the basketball is simply there just for entertainment, just to bring them out there. And once they're there, then at that point, hey, we're going to try to reach you with what we say. So,
mm-hmm. Do you have anything new coming with that? Anything different that you?
Yeah, something very different. This summer is going to be something I've never done before. But I'm doing a talent search now. So now we're looking for 2 young artists between 15 and 25. And because this is I'm thinking of this for the next generation, for the future, for the kids to look up to. We want to find a young artist like a J. Cole, somebody on that positive too, like a Lauryn Hill. Because mm-hmm. when you look at all the artists now in the mainstream, there's no more. The J. Coles, now they're close to their 40s. Mm-hmm. Kendrick close to their 40s.
The women, they don't really say too much. Yeah.
And the female artists, there's nothing like a Lauryn Hill. All the women artists are the same, carbon copies of each other, at least in the mainstream area. So now it's like, all right, well, we want to find somebody who's lyrical, talented, but that's not going to give us the same message of sex, drugs, murder, hypersexualization, mm-hmm. like the same foolishness that we tired of hearing. It's mm-hmm. not our culture. Like, they're trying to make that our culture, and that's not our culture.
Yeah, facts. So just people more like just going beyond the music.
Yeah, just tell us your story. Tell us where you come from. Tell mm-hmm. us, and give us the skills and like the lyrical skills that at one point, I know hip hop was like, you had to have talent. And if you didn't have talent, the person who does have talent is going to call you out, battle you, do whatever, uh-huh. To show you, hey, this is a sport of talent. Now it's like, you don't have to have talent. You just got to have the image and the machine behind you. The marketing machine where they just put you on every day.
The numbers and the followers, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So we want to change that.
Okay, and then what do you plan to do after? Like, what is the talent search? So you get the 2 artists, and then
so with the 2 artists that win, it's gonna be a man and woman. They're gonna get a record label, and it's gonna be a distribution deal that I'm working on with Empire. Okay. So and I want to get behind them to like kind of really help them out and push them out, because I learned that everything is marketing. Everything is marketing, and you could literally put somebody out there and make them famous if you have the right marketing tools, and I feel like I gained enough experience, and aside from the foundation, I do television advertising and marketing anyway. So I know how this is. Like, it's all about staying in front of the people, when I don't want to say no names, but when a certain artist came out, a female artist, everybody was like, yo, what is this doo-doo music? This is horrible. But now, fast forward a year or two later, everybody's like, yeah, she grew on me. Yeah, nah, I rock with her now, man. She kind of dope.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. So you, what does that mean when they say, oh, she grew on me? It just means that they stayed in front of you until you got used to this person, and now you like that person. Like, we saw this person on every blog, on every main page. We seen other artists promoting this person, and now we got used to them, and they did grow on us because they just, in a sense, brainwashed us. But that's what advertising and marketing is you keep staying in front of them over and over and over until you become familiar with it and you become okay with it.
Yeah. So, I always make this joke. I'm like, they put something in this music or they put something in this song. Because, like, and a lot of the songs, I'm not going to name anybody either, but I never even streamed the whole song. It'll be a snippet I heard someone else say out their mouth, or I see on the timeline for 2 seconds, and it's stuck in my head. Yeah. I was like, that is crazy. Yeah. Okay, so you talk about mental health on your platform. Do you have like ways or like informational things on creating generational wealth for kids or for the community?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I partnered up a few times with the Grant Cardone Foundation, and they have this program where they teach financial literacy, and I was amused at all the stuff that they do. They have the children's book and everything, and they actually partnered up with them last year, and I'm gonna partner up with them again this year. But I want to continue to do stuff like that, teach them financial literacy, and not just kids. You know, it's good to teach them early, but also even young adults and even adults that don't know, because you know I learned the game late. You know, because I didn't come from wealth. You know,
what's late to you?
Like, I didn't learn this until my 30s. As far as financial, like right now I have multiple streams of income, you know, and I'm like, my credit is like past the 700s. Not just that, I got business credit. I got a bunch of credit lines and a lot of money available, but I didn't learn that until later on in my life, where if I would have learned all this at like 18, 19, 20, I would have been a millionaire right now. Yeah. You know, so now I understand the game, and I'm putting people on. I'm teaching my son, and it's a lot of ways to make money out there. It's just, you got to know the tricks, man. It's always just tricks.
I feel like I actually went to a 10X conference. Oh, nice. I think it was in 2022 though. It was right when I moved back down here. My uncle goes to those type of conferences and stuff, and I went to take pictures and videos for him. Nice. But I was able to go. So this is why I say it is important to tell everybody, because at this age, I feel like there's still some things, you know, I don't know. But had I learned earlier, I would feel more comfortable. Because even at the 10X, I'm trying to like listen. It was just hard for me to grasp. And I'm like trying to see, like, is this real? Or like, what part, like, what steps do I actually take? It was like so much information. So I feel like the sooner like you're around that and you hear it and you kind of keep it in your routine, you could build off of it. Yeah. Because even though I was around it for that one time, I didn't really gain too much. I was more so like just in awe and in shock. Right. But I don't feel like I took in what I needed to take in. So, you know, I try to like, now I don't know too much, but if down to the little stuff I know, I try to teach, because I'm the oldest of my siblings. So I just try to help them be mindful, like, with their money, and let them know what they can do. Yeah, you don't want to work, but I need you to work, and then, you know, do this with your money. And you don't always have to like be in a bad situation. You know what I mean? Or you don't always have to do what you don't want to do. You can kind of create your way. Absolutely. Yeah. And hang around people who have money. Hang around people that are successful. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm hanging around 3 or 4 millionaires. Well, by the end of the year, I should be the fifth one. Yeah. You know, but that was my mistake early, is I already got to a certain point, and I'm trying to bring other people up, and they're not even on the same level. And sometimes they're not even ready mentally, you know, because when you get in the game, it's a different beast, you know, and if you allow it, the industry and the game could turn you into a monster, could turn you cold-hearted, because you meet a lot of people that they betray you, they backstab you, because they're small-minded, they're not ready, they're looking at the small picture. You know, I can name so many people that double-crossed me on this journey, and it's like, dude, you didn't think of the bigger picture. Like, you wanted to get a small bag, you wanted to get a little 10 bands. I'm over here getting 500. Like, what's crazy to me is like those people, like, It's not like you even seeing it from a distance. You're here next to me. You're physically here with me in these same rooms, and it's like it's that mindset. You're
not ready for it.
Yeah.
Cut you off. I seen that.
It's like I ignored this, and that, and not even to say I ignored it. I just didn't, for you. You feel me?
Right.
We
you
like
thought
this.
it was genuine. You thought it was real. And it's gonna be bumps, but if you're real, you have conversations that you can fix it and move and learn. But
shouldn't be that deep.
Exactly. But then roll the
Trust
switch. You stepped on my toe. Well, girl, you pushed me over. I fell and broke my neck. Like I ain't sue you. Crazy.
I learned that too. You gotta be selfless in a selfish world. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You can't really be changing. You can't change someone. You can't have someone make you change.
Right.
That part. And it's like, I don't know if it's like in people, they lit. Yeah. I mean, everyone's different. So I don't know if it's like people having the intent to like try to get that reaction out of you to make you paint yourself as the bad guy, or if they really just like I said, just delusional.
But if you stand on 10 toes, there's nothing anyone can ever say. Because my thing is this: I done fell off with probably 6-7 people, right?
Oh, cameras are rolling, by the way.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
That one's rolling.
So I done fell off with 6-7 people, right? Mm-hmm. But because I'm solid in where I stand, I could have a conversation with them anytime, right? I could have a conversation in front of an audience. I could have a conversation in front of a judge. I could have a conversation in front of a mediator, anyone, because I stand on everything I said and did, even in my mistakes. Mm-hmm. I have accountability. All right, you're right. In this part, I messed up. Mm-hmm. I could have moved better. I could have done this, yada, yada, yada. All those people that I fell off with, none of them have I don't want to say balls, but they can't have a conversation with me.
Because it would be cap.
Right. It'll be cap. And not just that. If they have a conversation, they'll want to do it in private because they can control the narrative. And then 2, when I have these conversations in private, once I see that, 1, you have no decorum. When you're talking, I shut the hell up and I listen to you. And then when it's my turn to talk, you don't want to let me talk. You want to interrupt me. You want to you don't want to hear what I got to say. So there's no conversation
that'd be the first time for me. Yeah. That'd be the first. If we can't even talk, because I'm all for logic. Good. Leave that emotion shit elsewhere. So if we can't even, I'm speaking at this volume and you're speaking here and you're just cursing and calling me names. This is not even a conversation. Right. Your head is not on. So
I learned that and I see that. And that's why those people will never have a conversation in front of an audience, in front of a judge, a mediator, any of that, because they know that, A, they're going to look like a clown. You know what I'm saying? And they know that they're going to be wrong and they're going to have to, they'll be forced to what? Take accountability. Oh, they don't want to do that. You feel me? So those type of people, man, I close the door. I leave them where they're at and I just move forward. And I know that I'm just going to stay pure, stay with myself and allow God to put the right people in my circle and in my life. Because, hey, I've been great since. I ain't going to lie. Ever since I left these people, these users. But I'm not going to lie. It hurts when you do a lot for them. Right. And I've done a lot for a lot of people. A lot. And I ask myself why I do so much. I go beyond to do stuff. Right. I'm talking about, I'm the type that I get my shirt off my back. I didn't give people my car. I didn't give people my home. I let people stay in there. I gave somebody my bed one time. Hey, you gonna stay here for a couple weeks and you stay in the bed? Don't worry. I'm gonna crash here. That's the type of person I am. And I'm doing too much. But I realize why I'm like that is because of how I grew up. We had our ups and downs and we struggled growing up as a family, and plenty times we were homeless and plenty times people opened the door for us and let us stay there. Yeah. And because people done that to me as a child, as young, I want to do that to other people who need it. It just hurts when you do it to somebody and then they treat you a certain way or they just take advantage.
Especially when you do that and you're not trying to get anything out of it either. Right. Because I've done the same. I've had a situation where I let a friend stay at some of my family's house, 2 different family members' house where I could have stayed, but I opened that space up for them, help them in their situation. And that thing just turned so left. But it's crazy. I didn't even do that expecting anything. I try to put you in the best position to help you. And it's did you even care? I don't know. It's it really doesn't even matter at this point. But it's just so crazy that, because when you say doing too much, I don't even see it in my head as too much. I'm just doing what I
because you're kind-hearted. Right. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I don't know. People are
bro. I done lend somebody my car weeks at a time. I let buddy come into my crib. One of the dudes that I knew him for years. You know, I used to let him come to my crib, stay in my crib, and this is what I mean by earlier, right? Like sometimes you see the sign but you ignore it. Like one time I was going out of town and he's like, "Yo, let me crash at your crib," and I just hired a cleaning lady. She cleaned out my whole crib, and I was like, "Man, not this time." This dude cut me off for like years. I didn't even know he cut me off. I thought we was just busy doing our own thing and we just didn't catch up. And then like when we reconnected, he told me, he's like, "Yeah, I was mad because you didn't like me." I was like, all those times you stayed in my crib, you know, it's not like you paying rent or nothing. You stayed in my crib. And that time that I told you no, you cut me off. That was my first red flag and I ignored it. And then turn around, me being a dummy, kind of like, I'm so forgiving too that I'm like, all right, well, hey, no worries. Boom. Oh, you need to take my car, man. Use it for the weeks, whatever, da-da-da. And this person I'm talking about, it was bad. Like this person owed his drug. He was a weed man. He was a terrible weed man too, by the way. He owed his drug dealer money, $500. I got you. Boom. I paid it off for him. Super nice. Got this dude a laptop. I introduced him to people in the industry. I said, "Yo, like, I want you to meet my dude." Like, yo, and these people were at first like, "Yo, nah, we ain't rocking with him because he looking like he's just a finesser. He's just using you." And I'm like, "Nah, man, give him a chance. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, the dude ended up being a finesser. Like, basically, like he just took advantage of all the stuff. And then at the end, like you say, when you have those disagreements or whatever, and you can't have those conversations, it just shows who the person really is. So I was like, all right, that's cool. You do your thing. I'm glad, buddy, doing his little thing. But they don't see the big picture, right? Because now what I was 10 years ago is nothing what I'm now. Mm-hmm. Like the connections I have now, what I'm doing now. It's gonna be even harder to. My team, like we all making money for real. We making real money now. Like you supposed to be in this circle. You still live with your mom. You ain't got no car. Like, come on, bro. Come in here, bro. Like you just want to do it for clout. You just want to do it for the.
It's like I don't get it. Bro. So it's like I don't even get. Well, I'm never gonna understand what their thought process is. But it's like I had a similar thing too. It's like I'm bringing you in the same rooms that I'm in, so that we both could have these opportunities and grow. And it's just like the way it crashed and burned. I was like, what was the point? Like, did you want to be there? I didn't force you. I didn't drag you. I didn't force you to do nothing. And they threw so much like dirt on my name, which was fake, which was lies. So it's like, you're lying. We were both in the same rooms with the same people. If I go tell them what you're telling me supposedly happened, that didn't happen. So it's like, what's the point? But with that, I feel like, or sometimes I wonder, it's like, I wonder if my situation could have been different or progressed if that person wasn't around. Because I'm pretty sure the same person, the way you're saying, people are looking at them like, what? Why are they here? Like, oh, Chrissy, who's that? And I'm just, they're, introduce yourself. And they're just like, And I wonder if that kind of like set me back. Because now people see me, I'm Olo. Now I show up by myself, I do my thing. Which luckily, the way the person acted didn't tear that down too much. I can still show my face and, keep doing good business. But I just wonder, like, if there's opportunities I did miss out on because of this other person being around. So do you feel like anything like that's happened to you? Someone holding down, like holding you back from your business and your growth? Nah, what I truly believe that nobody can blackball me. I don't care who you are. You can't blackball me because the power I have behind me is not even in this physical world. You feel me? So what I'm doing, it is nothing. If you allow somebody to blackball you, then you weren't built for the industry. So for one, nobody can blackball me. So I don't believe that anybody could hinder my success or stop anything. I done had people try to sabotage it. I done had somebody they were a volunteer at my Ignite the Culture event, and then they come around and try to do their own game the same day as me. Like, there's integrity where you like, yo, you're not supposed to, but again, those are lessons because now you sign an NDA non-compete forms when you join my team. You feel me? But like, it's supposed to be some kind of integrity where like, yo, why would you come in and try to compete and do a game the same day as me, knowing I do mine the same time every year? Like, why would you do that? That's and wild. Like, that just, at the end of the day, just separates the people who's like really in it, the people who's gonna grow. Right. Because why would you copy the same thing I'm doing? Like, it's not gonna come out. Listen,
well, that game didn't even happen. You feel me? And
it's crazy. It's
God don't play about me, my boy. God don't play. Hey, they done thought that I called the FBI or the mayor and shut it down. I'm flattered you think I have that power that I can call the mayor and be like, hey, shut this down.
Or that I cared that much. I'm obviously busy with my own motion.
That's it. So it's just, I learned that not to waste too much time and energy trying to get revenge or do anything because, it's going to sort itself out. Mm-hmm. God's going to do what he's supposed to do all the time and just let it ride, man. Just focus on what you're doing. Focus on that.
Always about those good intentions.
Yeah.
I live peacefully over here, y'all boys. You could talk all type of crazy. I ain't hearing it.
We're not entertaining that.
It's not making sense.
Yeah, we can't entertain that.
All right. So what are some things that you, do you feel like it's hard to balance, being a single parent, trying to navigate like through what you're doing?
Sometimes time management is everything. Mm-hmm. I have situations where my son is like, no, Dad, put your phone down, get off the computer. You're going to play with me right now. I'm like, all right, I got to, because you're not going to get this time back. So everything else is on hold. I'm going to just dedicate on that. But yeah, if you don't balance that, man, you're going to miss the important things in life, and that's family and that's your friends and the people that are really there for you. So it could get challenging at times, and I just got to remember to stay grounded and stay there with the people who's there for me for sure.
Did you have them when you was young, or how old were you?
Nah, I wasn't that young. I was 24.
Okay, that's
24,
not
24.
Too young. Like that is like young, but not too young.
I wanted a kid like younger than that.
Really?
I wanted to have one at like 18, 19.
Oh my god!
I almost did, but he wasn't mine.
So I kind of was always curious. So some of y'all dudes be wanting kids. Right?
Yeah,
y'all don't just be talking. Y'all just
listen. I really wanted a kid. I wanted to be a young dad. One, because my father is older, so I could never play ball with my dad. I could never like play football, do all that. And I was like, damn, I always wanted that. So I was like, I'm gonna create that with my son, And I love my father very much, but he was a lot older when he had me, so I knew that I wanted to be a young father. And then when I was like around 24, I was like, nah, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna really make one. I'm gonna find somebody who wants a baby, and we're gonna make one for real. And that's what we did. And my son is like my best friend for real, and he tells me all the time. Like,
yeah. So when you made that decision, though, were you financially ready for that? Or you just did it because you wanted to?
No, I was great. I was living on the beach. I had the latest Benz. I was good. I was doing my thing. I was always, I have my ups and downs. Everybody does, I feel like. But one thing about me is I'm a hustler, man. I learned that from my father. My father would work 2-3 jobs if he had to. He's going to find a way, and he's going to be the provider. My mom didn't have to really work, because my dad's going to figure out. And so I always took that initiative. Well, I want to make sure that no matter what situation I'm in, I'm going to figure it out. I don't think anybody's really broke. I heard this, somebody told me this the other day. Nobody's really broke. It's just you have a broke mindset. You just have a lazy mindset.
Thank you for saying that. I've been telling this to people kind of like here and there when it's appropriate for me to kind of bring that up. But it's like, I am not very wealthy, the wealthiest. I'm not where I want to be yet. But it's like my mindset of money, like, I'm still going, and I thank God. But it's like, if you think of money a certain way, like I hear people complain about like, oh, I can't spend this, or I'm only going to spend like, I don't know how to fully say it, but it's like money is a mindset. Because if you feel like you can't let the money control you, basically, like do what you want, just be smart, be reasonable. You feel me? You can't be out here living crazy and blowing all your money thinking. But there's been times like I went on like work trips, like I had to do like shoots in Atlanta. I had like no money, but I had enough money to get there, do the shoot, get paid, put a little something in my stomach, or Lord bless me with nice people around me. Hey, I got your food today, whatever, you good, I got breakfast for you, cool. But it's like, it's a mindset thing, and that's what I'm trying to teach my sisters too. Like, I don't even know how to fully break it down, but money is a mindset. Y'all can't be letting that, don't let the money control you. Like,
and don't be scared. You got to take risks. You got to take chances, because that's where, if you look at all the successful people, man, they take risks. They take the biggest risks.
People starting in garages and things of sorts, and walking here and there, getting right, all type of stories. So it's like, we all see it. I guess we're so used to like the glamour and stuff that we see from other people, but there's so much that's like, the foundations are built real crazy in the background. Yeah. Money's definitely
it's a mindset, and it's out there. It's just you gotta have that grind and that desire, and I feel like when you meet the right people that have that same desire, because we're stronger together, and I've been trying to do this for years, and now I'm finally doing it. But for years I've been trying to build a super team. Like, look, there's a lot of stuff that I can do. I'm skilled and talented in a lot of areas, and this person is skilled and talented in that area. And this person in that area. Like, we need to form, and work together, because now we're there. We have the ability to make money together, and now my mindset is different now because the money and the credit and all that stuff. So now I'm on the point where, all right, well, we got 4 or 5 people with good credit lines. So now we can get business credit. Now that I know how to play that game, well, we can all get 150, 200,000, put it together, get $1 million between all of us, purchase a property and make residual income, but you can't be scared of taking that risk.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now that's where I'm at now, is just building a super team, and, and God put the right people, that's not afraid of taking those chances and really getting to that position now. That's what I'm on, man. I'm chasing that right now.
Definitely. And do you feel like, so for people who are possibly younger than 24 or 24 who have a kid, let's say, and they have a goal that they want to chase, you feel me? What is some advice, do you have, in balancing that? Because I feel like a lot of people, because having a kid isn't always planned. So I feel like a lot of people get discouraged, or of course they put their focus on their child, as they should, but sometimes they forget about what they wanted to do, or they don't know how to do both at the same time. You have advice on that?
Yeah, and I understand that, but I'm going to say what Napoleon Hill wrote in his book. All limitations are self-imposed. There's any limitations, whatever you created in your mind. A child shouldn't be a limitation. When I had my son, there was a brief moment in time where his mom had left to Orlando, and I had him by myself, and I don't, my parents don't live here. They live in South Carolina, and I'm not going to lie. It was one of the hardest things I had to do, was be like a real single father, 24/7, and I was like, man, that's when I figure out daycare is $200 a week. I'm like, oh my God, that's $800 a month. This is crazy, and how expensive things are. And, I was blessed to have certain people around me that were able to kind of help me. All right, I had homegirls that would watch him every now and then, but it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was very tough. But when you really want something, you have that desire, there's nothing that's gonna stop you. I would take my son to meetings with me, and I'm talking about when he was in the basket, and it worked to my advantage, because whoever I'm meeting with, oh my God, he's so cute, and then they see, well, wow, this is a single father taking it. He's hungry for it. He's on his mission, and he ain't letting nothing stop him. He got his son here with him in the meeting. To me, I felt like it didn't hurt me. It helped me, because they saw oh, this he's human, and he's going through his stuff, and he's still out there trying to get it, grinding.
Yeah. So I definitely feel like it's just that initiative you got to take. Like you said, if you really want it, and some people don't realize they might not really want it. Then
right, and some people like you said, they don't really want it. They just want to look like they want it, or they want to they just want the appearance. They don't want
They want you to see that they have it,
right? And it takes work, man. And I used to take it so personal when I had family members or friends that would tell me, "No, you're just lucky because you did it." Lucky, bro? Right. Did you not know I was up to 4 a.m. on the computer, creating flyers and proposals and PowerPoints? What do you mean lucky, bro? Because you don't see the work.
Don't see the work.
So you thinking it's luck, and I've just been put in the right positions. No, man, this is work. Even people that aren't put in that position, right? The dude that I put in the office, some people be like, oh yeah, you lucky, but no, the dude still, regardless of the situation, the dude's still a hard worker. The dude still went and grinded and took it to where he at now, but you need that grind. You need that desire to want to get stuff, So a lot of people don't have that drive to work. That Mamba mentality is what I call it.
Mamba mentality. Yeah. Thanks. What are some things that single fathers don't get away with that single mothers get away with?
Man, there's a lot, man. I mean, for one, there's a lot of help for single moms. A lot more help, right? Because if if the single, there's so many things. If the father, right, if he can't afford to take care of the child, then he's a deadbeat and he's nothing. But if the mom can't, well, she'll get this government assistance, she'll get help, and she's a struggling mom, really trying to do it. So the mother is the struggling mother, really trying to get it, and the father is the deadbeat who ain't worth nothing. It's like, all right, you're in the same position, but you're the deadbeat. Just stuff like that, man. I don't want to get too deep into.
Okay, what about just one more? A vice versa. So what is something single fathers get away with that a single mother can't get away with? That's a little harder.
That is a lot harder. I don't know. I really don't know. I know. Yeah, I have no clue. That's tough.
I don't even think I have an answer.
If there are single fathers that, if you have the money and you hire the attorneys, then you can get away with stuff that you shouldn't be allowed to get away with. Legally in court, you may be able to apply for certain things or, use the system to X out the mother. It's mostly mothers that use the system to X out fathers.
But you're saying if you, as a male, if you have like some power and money,
you could do it. Right. That's wrong on both ends, but yeah, I would say that.
Yeah. Okay. I don't got too much commentary. You feel me? I'm just trying to stir the pot a little bit, see what's up.
This is one to stir the pot, right? If the father doesn't want the child and he abandons the child, he's a deadbeat. He's terrible, and he is, right? But if the mother don't want the child, she can just kill it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody thinks it's okay and it's fine.
Which is crazy. So, hey, ladies, I'm not even saying I'm on y'all side here, okay? I'm a little because that is really crazy for real. Because it's like, these dads or the male, sometimes they don't want a kid either. But, like, even though it's y'all fault because you did what you did, but it's like, it's the
both
lady.
of our fault. But you're right. We're the responsible one. We should be able to, if you don't want it, pull out, my guy, or strap up.
Yeah.
So we still in control in that sense.
Accidents happen. Maybe
and that's fine.
Your leg you couldn't move or something. You feel me? But
yeah, the cramp.
No, but yeah, Charlie horse. But yeah, I do feel like that's not fair, to be honest. Like, the perspective on that, I definitely don't think it's fair because women do get that choice to get rid of the baby or not. And then, like you said, immediately as soon as the dad or the guy doesn't want a kid, is like, but
right. Well, that's why as a man, you need to be careful with what you're doing and
just being smart.
Yeah, just be smart, man. It's on you at the end of the day because if you didn't do it, you wouldn't be in that position. So I still put it on the man.
Okay, so what are some things that you like? How busy are you? What's like a typical week look like for you?
Oh my God, I'm super busy right now, man. Especially right now during this time, it's hard to kind of get some time off just because I'm prepping for the event, and now it's more than just one event. We got the talent search going on too, and then on top of that, I have clients that I have to take care of when it comes to television advertising. So now I'm doing that, and then I got to balance being a father, and then I'm back on my health gym journey. So I gotta have time to get in the gym and do that too. So it's busy, man. It's just I created a schedule on my phone, so it'll notify me when it's time to do something. All right, from this time to this time, I got to be on the computer editing stuff, or this time creating PowerPoints.
When did you start that system?
I started that earlier this year. I would say I revamped it because I tried to do it last year, but I wasn't following it too well. So this year, I'm like, all right, I'm in therapy, and my therapist is like, no, look, create a schedule that you can follow and stick to it. Like, hold yourself accountable type of deal. So that's what I'm on now. I'm trying to just continue to grow in all forms, stay busy working. I have time to even read every day, even if it's like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, read, meditate, keep my schedule on Sundays to go to church still. So just try to get some of that spirituality in there every time. And I think I'm doing, for the most part, okay. Sometimes I slip the gym and stuff, but I'm like, all right, I'll make up for it this time. I'm going to go harder. So it's just scheduling, time management, man. That's big.
Yeah, I just started recently using an app too. Oh no! I just recently started using an app too, and I get in these modes of like, yeah, I'm gonna do something, and then I ignore it because the thing gives me notifications every day, and I just look at it like it's a regular notification, which is bad. But when I was on point with it, I just started beginning of this year too. It's helpful. I think it's called, what is it called? I'm gonna put y'all on. It's called Habit. And you could literally put anything you want. You put the different colors. You could do recurring, whatever different notes. So I have ones to post, pray. I do not work out like I need to, but I barely have anything in there because I'm over here like doing baby steps. But I need to get better with my schedule. So you said the gym is something that you would sacrifice sometimes?
Yeah, I would, but now it's like I've been a lot more consistent, and you know, I have a gym partner, and that makes it easier because they're pushing you. We have a gym, like a workout group. It's like 4 of us, and we're like pushing each other to really go out and be consistent. So that's definitely been helping.
Y'all push each other for real, or do y'all just take a picture in the gym?
Nah,
and be like, "Hey, bro, where you at?"
No, we push each other, and we go together. You know, and when somebody misses, we on them. Okay. So that helps. Getting that support group in different area helps, and also. I stopped smoking weed, and that helped a lot. That really cleared up,
freeing up time, focus, what
all of that. Because when I used to smoke for like 15 years plus, you know, and now I'm more than 2 years sober, you know, and I don't have no desire to smoke it, none of that. And I've been more productive since, and I feel like I got more stuff done. I feel like my mind is clear. Honestly, I feel the best I ever felt since I stopped, you know, and it wasn't easy to stop, bro. You're talking about somebody that smoked for 15 plus years every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, like every single day, all the time. And I needed it. And that was what made me stop, because I needed it. And I hate feeling like I need something external to do something or to feel a certain way. Like, I don't like to depend on nothing.
Yeah. I've learned to stop like lying to myself because I smoke. But I stopped telling myself, like, if I'm going to smoke, I'm really doing it now, as of lately, like when I know I don't really got too much to do. Because I'd be like, yeah, I need to smoke right now, and then I'm going to do all this. Right. I ain't doing all that.
And I didn't do it. I would try it. I was like, let me do this first, and then I'm going to clean the house and do this and do that. Yeah. You don't do nothing. I'll be just watching TV, playing it, or falling asleep, or eating, doing something I'm not supposed to.
So now I kind of like, what I've noticed for me, you know, everyone's different, is when I smoke, I'm more creative in a sense, so I can think of ideas. So I'll like sit down, write, or draw, whatever. But to put those ideas into action, I need to be a little more clear-minded, have more energy to actually get that done. But I have a pretty creative mind when I'm high. I kind of like coming up with ideas when I'm high. Like,
no. Same. When I was on that, I definitely had so many creative ideas. Shoot, I built the whole foundation off of that. you know? So I was like, damn. And then I took a break many years ago, and then when I started again, I was like, why did I take a break, man? I needed this. Like, I'm back, my mind is active, like with the creativeness and just coming up with stuff, you know. But now I know how to kind of channel that on my own now, you know. So, you know, not against everybody who do it, you know. Everybody has on their own journey, you know. I'm not here to judge, but it's just something that I prefer now.
Just open your mind up. I feel like I'm okay with my little habit now. I used to be a morning, afternoon, night, maybe lunch, dinner, snack.
Definitely lunch.
Right before bed.
Yeah.
But now, honestly, I can probably smoke like just once a day and be fine. There's days now that I don't even smoke for the day. I just wait the next day, if anything. But probably like once in the morning, or if anything, just late at night when I'm done. Like when I'm done for the day, don't really got much going on. But yeah, definitely energy, like. Just focus for sure. So throughout your busy schedule though, like leisure time, do you have to plan that in, or like if something like space opens up, do you take advantage of that time?
Yeah, I do. I would have to plan it in. And then sometimes I have to like force myself to rest. All right, don't do nothing. Just rest, because man, you if you're not, you know, on it, you'll realize like, yo, I'm up at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, and then I'm waking up like at 7 and 8. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, if you like, that's not good. You're supposed to have proper rest. Sometimes I'll try to sneak in a nap or something. Like today, right before I got here, I took a nap.
Okay, good. So you feeling good?
Yeah,
Yeah, I struggle. Me and naps nap is sleep. I'm going to sleep for at least 4 hours plus. But I definitely got to work on that too. Just finding because I'll use my days off or my free times to probably do like some more work instead of just like just chill. So the most recent like free time, little layback time I had was last weekend. My mom, my brother, and my sisters, we went to Universal for the day. I had no choice but to walk around. I ain't answer no messages or like post nothing. My phone, I actually got there, my phone almost dead. So I really didn't have no choice. But I guess it was a nice little break. I kind of wish I could have got some stuff done, but I feel like it didn't make a difference. The one day is not going to really hurt or kill me, you feel me? So my body probably appreciates the little mental rest I got. What are some things that you like to do though? In your free time to have fun.
I like to spend time with my son. You know,
your bestie.
Yeah, I like to hang with him, like play video games with him. I like playing Fortnite with him, man.
What is something? Did he put you onto that, or you showed him?
Nah, I put him onto it. You know, and now he be whooping me. Now he's better than me. I was like, damn.
What's something he put you onto?
He put me onto a lot of stuff. He's put me onto great music. And I'm like, where'd you hear this? Like, okay, this is fire. Put it on my playlist. So he's put me onto stuff like that. He's put me onto certain shows like anime. He likes anime. He's like, no, Dad, you gotta watch it. Come on, watch it with me. All right, and I watched it. I'm like, damn, it's kind of fire. Like, okay. So yeah, he'll put me onto some stuff, man. I like his music taste. He got great music taste. That's cool. You know, so
he's not just always like picking up like what everybody else is hearing. He finds new stuff.
He'll find stuff that he likes, and then I always been putting it in his head since he was a toddler. Like, yo, you're not a sheep. You're not a follower. You're a leader. You know, you're always gonna be representing yourself and us and the family, and you should always put that in his head to be like that. And I noticed that everything that I put in his head, he still remembers. He applies it, and sometimes you don't think about it too much. But when other people meet my kid, they're like, "Yo, your son is advanced. Like he's on another level mentally." Like, yeah. So I was like, "Damn, I'm glad that you can notice it."
That's good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them banning TikTok? Is your son on TikTok a lot?
No, my son is not on TikTok at all.
At all?
No. Okay. So he's not on any social media.
Okay.
You know, if I post him, that's the only time he's on social media. So yeah, he just turned 10. You know, I don't want, and I tell him because he be trying to, and I'm like, well, look, this stuff. Like the stuff that they show is, I gotta protect your mind, you know, and I teach him and I tell him like this stuff is entering your brain is like a computer and it's inputting and downloading data through your senses, through what you see, through what you hear, you know, all of that. And so you gotta protect it because a lot of the stuff is harmful and it's not good, even though you don't think it is. It's affecting your subconscious mind. So I always, you know, put that in his head. So he's not on social media. As far as TikTok, them banning it, I mean, I think they just want control. You feel me? Like you're worried about our data, but Facebook just sold our DMs to Netflix. So you're not really worried about our data. You just worried that they can't control our data. You know, you can't control our data. That's why you're mad. But I don't know. I mean, they're saying China is trying to do attacks, and they can access our phones through TikTok and stuff like that. So
everything, like, all that's already happening. So, like, why blame TikTok?
Right, that's what I'm saying. And they're like, we'll only ban it if you sell it. All right, so you want them to sell it to somewhere that you can control. Yeah. That's all it is. Because you want to control the narrative. You want to control the information. You know, when the whole COVID thing happened, they were controlling what's real and what's false. You know, you were discrediting doctors that went to Harvard and studied medicine, and you're saying forget what they're saying. Who cares what your background is? You're saying false because it doesn't go with what we're saying.
I'm so confused why it's such a big deal. Because like you're saying, people discrediting. How is it even a valid discredit? Like, why are you listening to the person who don't have the knowledge? So why does it?
Right. Let people listen and not listen to what they want to. Like, come on, man. You should. That's the freedom of speech, but they don't really have that. That happened with Twitter, man. Even when they banned Trump's account, the owner of Twitter was like, yo, I didn't want to ban it. He didn't do anything to violate, but that just tells you who's in charge and who has the power. Because if an outside source was able to tell you and you're the owner and they say, no, you got to ban this account and you got no choice, that tells you, all right, they want to control the narrative. They want to control whatever. So that was just It is what it is.
So you don't fully agree that it needs to be banned, but as far as like kids though, children,
kids should. Yeah, I think kids should definitely be restricted. You know, they shouldn't be on any of the social media. I think after. But you're not supposed to. I think the age limit is like 13 or 14 or something like that.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so you're really not supposed to be on there anyways. But even 13 is still young. Even 13 to like 18, I think that's still kind of young. But my whole thing is with the whole social media is that it affects your mental health a lot. It affects you to the point where it's like, how I explain it, man. It's so powerful that it'll control your mood. It could alter your mood, change your mood. It could change how you speak, how you talk. Like, it's a crazy tool that they have. And I think rather than just controlling him, I think they should just open up the algorithms, make it public to us. Because now, since you know you could influence somebody with images and video and audio, like we should be able to tell what is causing you to influence us. Because there's people I don't follow and you're popping up on my page.
Yeah.
Like, why do you get to control what I see?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need you to control what I see. I want to control what I see. If I don't follow you, like, I don't want to see you.
And it's so weird and random because, like, they do have that control, obviously, or whatever. But it's like, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I would understand you putting, like, certain, like, political stuff or, like, medical stuff, whatever, in our face. But I don't want to. Why do you think I want to see so-and-so doing cartwheels down the street or something? Like, it's so weird. But I kind of agree. Like, if it was just open to just create it, make it more personalized, why is it generalized to whatever they got going on?
It should be how it used to be. Before Facebook took over, you remember Instagram was, as soon as you post it, it was live feeds only. And then they were like, nah, well, we want you to see it 3 days later. What?
And that's still happening to this day.
Yeah, now you get to control when you see the post. And it's like, yo, that's not right. You should at least give us an option to turn it off. Turn off the algorithms, and turn off not seeing posts that people that I don't follow. Give us that option to turn it off.
Yeah. So much, yeah.
They want to suggest, like, you know what I want and what I like based on our data.
I don't know. I can't even fully go into that. Yeah, because it's so bad. Because just even simply having conversations, and then let's say I don't even pick up my phone, but let's say I use my TV and go put on YouTube or something, or get in the car and hear like an ad, like that shit all be aggressive.
But you know, it's funny because I agree, but then like I'm kind of in the industry with my television advertising that I do.
So how do y'all listen? Spill the beans. What do y'all listen to?
So we put clients into what we call audience segments, and in the segments is based on what you're watching on TV, what you're looking up on your internet. We have that data. So we have all the data of what you're looking up. You know, we even, the company even partnered up with Experian. So now we can see your personal data.
Like which purchases.
Home, you're on this, you connect to your bank account, your purchases, all of that. And based on that, we put you in a category where we feel like, all right, well, these individuals are more likely to buy your product. And even though it's kind of scary and it's like, man, this is a little bit intrusive. Yeah, we gave permission somehow, some way, with not reading terms, but it's, you know, it's intrusive. But sometimes it's like I have mixed feelings because then sometimes it works. Like I'm looking to buy a mattress. I'm looking to buy something. And I'm a little mad that you're spying on me, but then I'm like, damn, I needed this.
Right? No.
Like, hold on, wait a minute. I need this. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. And then I click it and I buy it or whatever. I'm like,
I think that's the hard part about all of it. It's like, we're kind of like aware, but it's like, what do we do? But it's like helping, but it's hurting. It's like, it's weird. It's like a little weird middle.
Who knew that social media would get to this level? Like, that's crazy. We're living in the Matrix now. On social media. Social media is the Matrix. Like, you don't even have to be who you really are on social media and how you portray yourself. It's just
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So crazy. That's wild. Okay, so what are some things? Let me rephrase that. How do you plan to be plugged in this upcoming year?
I'm continue to meet individuals who have the same mindset, who are on the same journey as me. You know, I'm all about empowerment. I'm all about educating and impacting the community in a positive manner. You know, just I don't want to plug and connect with individuals who are not doing the God's work, who's not doing positive things in the community, right? I kind of strain away from those individuals because I don't care how much money you have. I don't care, the popularity, none of that. If what you're doing ultimately affects the community in a negative way, then I don't want no parts of it. I'm just here to uplift and help and love people and help people as many. I'm here to serve, basically. I always say that. I'm just here to serve people, and that's it. And sometimes you serve the wrong person, but hey, I'm not going to let that change me. Just continue to be you, continue to be myself, and know that I'm going to attract my tribe and the right people around me.
Most definitely, yeah. Most definitely having the right people around you. Just keep things peaceful and growing and moving in the right direction.
That's it.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming on to the show today.
Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Another episode of Plugged and Connected. Shout out to Rashi Productions for a successful shoot today. Shout out to Mitch. I don't know what he want me to call him today. And Ben, on cameras today. I appreciate y'all so much. And thank you, Brawley, for a great episode. How you feel?
Thank you. I'm feeling marvelous, man. I appreciate you having me here. I'm grateful, thankful. And we had a lot of great conversations on and off the camera, man. Appreciate it.
Sorry if y'all missed the off-camera conversations.
It's too deep. It's too deep for
y'all can't handle. Anyways, where can they tap in with you
at? My IG is Brawley's Conscious, but it's easier to find my business above 500. And in our bios, everything's on there. All my pages on there. Ignite the Culture, the Single Fathers, my personal page, everything's on there. You find one of my pages, you find all of it.
Got you. Cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this summer's, events.
Ignite the Culture coming out July 18th through the 20th. Just keep a lookout. IgniteTheCulture.org. You can check out the event stuff. We're here.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We out.